can we talk a little bit about door number 3, which is mediation, and in that context of representation?
Yes.
And who that, and that approach.
So there's 2 ways mediation can be done. One is the parties can go to a mediator without lawyers. So they'll go to a mediator, and usually they'll have 2 to 3 meetings with the mediator, because the mediator's got to get certain documents and information from the parties in order to help them mediate a settlement. So usually at the end of mediation, if they're successful, you have a separation agreement. And then once there's a separation agreement, the mediator will send them out to their own lawyers, and the lawyer will give them independent legal advice, just to make sure everyone knows what they're signing. The other way that people can go to mediation is they go to mediation with a lawyer. So they each have a lawyer, and they go, and usually you're just going to go on one day. That's it, because the lawyers do all the legwork leading up to it and make sure the documents, whatever needs to be exchanged, is done ahead of time. And they also, like, I would talk to my client, okay, here's the range of outcomes that are possible, and sort of mentally prepare my client for what is a likely or possible outcome. So you're doing all the work ahead of time, and then they're getting independent legal advice. The client is getting independent legal advice the whole time and on the day. So you can sign an agreement on that day of the mediation, and you're done. So
it's expedient in theory. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I think it depends. It depends on the parties, whether some people don't want to involve lawyers because they feel that it could create more problems for them, which, depending on the lawyer, could be true.
Yes. So I would put mediation in, for me, if there, if we were looking at the door number 3, I would describe mediation as being for people with less sophisticated financial situations, maybe just a less complex family dynamic, where they're agreeing on almost everything on their own, perhaps, but really need somebody to write up an agreement for them and on their behalf. So it's would that make sense to you?
Yes.
So
if they're going without lawyers, they want to have a relatively straightforward situation, because I have had a situation where a mediator called me and said, I think this person needs to come and see you. The income situation is way too complicated of her spouse, and the mediator cannot give legal advice to the parties.
That's important to understand.
Yeah.
So the mediator does not provide legal advice. So can the mediator talk on spousal support or child support?
They can, but they can't say, so in this example, my client was the one receiving support, and her husband's income was very complicated. So the mediator can't say to her, well, this is the income we should use, or this is how much you should get, and this is why. She can run numbers generally and give generalizations about spousal support, but she can't say this is your best case scenario, or this is what you should go for.
Okay.